What if I told you that Rome's greatest general was not who you think? Forget everything you've heard about battlefield glory. The true measure of greatness goes far beyond winning individual battles. We're analysing the three crucial aspects that determined who truly shaped Rome's destiny through strategic mastery. My name is James Coverley, and I'm a historian, writer and translator with over 25 years worth of experience in the world of Roman history. Before we dive into the video, go ahead and hit subscribe and smash the like button for me. Let's get this video out to as many people as we can. You're about to discover why some famous commanders don't make the cut, while others you might not expect emerge as the real architects of Roman power. The results might change how you view military leadership in the ancient world. At number 5, Gnaeus Domitius Corbulo, the general who understood that restraint wins wars.
Corbulo applied strategic patience in the East during the 50s and 60s AD. When Nero tasked him with resolving the Armenian question, he avoided a direct, costly war with the Parthian Empire. Instead, he combined targeted military demonstrations with shrewd diplomacy. He rigorously retrained his legions, then led them on demanding marches through hostile territory to demonstrate Roman resolve and power. He besieged key fortresses like Artaxata and Tigranocerta, but only to strengthen his hand at the negotiating table. The result? The Parthians accepted a compromise. A Parthian prince would rule Armenia, but only with explicit Roman approval. This diplomatic solution achieved the core objective without the massive casualties of a full-scale war. But Corbulo's career was cut short by Nero's jealousy. His approach represented the professionalized imperial model of generalship, methodical, sustainable, and whilst his actions lacked the transformative impact of our higher-ranked commanders, his use of gunboat diplomacy, using his mere presence to intimidate his enemies, in a time before gunboats had even been invented, singled him out as someone who got results without having to engage in needless slaughter. A good general brings his men home.
At number 4, Tiberius, the general who never lost a campaign. Before becoming the grim emperor we remember, Tiberius was Rome's most methodical military mind. His campaigns were defined by slow, sure, but unstoppable progress, as his contemporary Velleius Paterculus described. Between 16 and 7 BC, he led Roman forces in the systematic conquest of the Alps. The Tropaeum Alpium monument near modern Monaco commemorates his subjugation of over 40 Alpine tribes. But this wasn't about spectacular sieges. It was about roads, forts, and treaties. Diplomacy and infrastructure carved through enemy territory with relentless efficiency. His later operations in Pannonia and Dalmatia followed the same pattern from 6 to 9 AD. He divided his forces into multiple columns, advancing slowly to consolidate each valley and mountain pass, building a network of garrisoned forts. This minimized risk and ensured each gain was permanent, transforming volatile regions into stable Roman provinces. Unlike Caesar, Tiberius maintained Senate approval throughout his military career. His methodical approach favored consolidation over glory, securing Italy's northern border and protecting trade routes to Gaul. But here's the key limitation. While Tiberius perfected the art of frontier consolidation, he didn't face the existential threats or achieve the world-changing victories of our top 3. And ultimately, he tired of winning victories only for someone else to take the glory, and he retired to a life of leisure, disenchanted with military life.
At number 3, Gaius Marius, the general who created a military machine. While others won famous battles, Marius transformed how Rome fought wars forever. Around 107 BC, facing recruitment crises and Germanic invasions, He revolutionized the entire military system through what historians call the Marian reforms. Marius opened military service to the proletarii, Rome's landless poor, creating professional legions instead of seasonal citizen soldiers. He standardized equipment, training, and organization, establishing the manipular system that would dominate Mediterranean warfare for centuries. But theory means nothing without results. When the Germanic Cimbri and Teutones invaded Italy, tribes so fierce they had already destroyed several Roman armies, Marius proved his reforms worked. At Aquae Sextii in 102 BC and Vercellae in 101 BC, his professional legions systematically destroyed these tribal confederations, ending an existential threat to Rome itself. Every general who came after Marius, Caesar, Pompey, Trajan, commanded armies built on his organizational framework. His recruitment of the landless poor created the manpower base that conquered the Mediterranean. His standardized legions became the instrument of Roman imperialism. But Marius's multiple consulships violated constitutional tradition, and his populist policies created the template for later strongmen. His rivalry with Sulla precipitated Rome's first major civil war, establishing the pattern of military commanders using veteran loyalty against the state itself. Marius didn't just win campaigns. He created the military system that made Roman world domination possible. Yet his political legacy foreshadowed the constitutional crises that would eventually destroy the Republic.
At number 2, Julius Caesar, the tactical genius.
Caesar's tactical brilliance is undeniable. At Alesia in 52 BC, he executed a textbook double envelopment, constructing both circumvallation and contravallation lines under enemy pressure. Modern excavations at Elyse Saint-Reine confirm the scale of these works, over 20 kilometers of fortifications built in weeks. At Pharsalus in 48 BC, facing Pompey's significantly larger army, Caesar displayed tactical ingenuity that decided the fate of Rome. He thinned his standard triple battle line to match Pompey's width, while keeping a hidden fourth line in reserve. When Pompey's superior cavalry charged, Caesar's reserve line emerged, routing the cavalry and collapsing Pompey's flank. Strategically, Caesar's Gallic conquests secured vast resources, expanded Rome's tax base, and established the Rhine as a defensible frontier. He transformed Gaul from a barbarian threat into a core Roman province, wealth that funded his later political rise. So why isn't the great Caesar number 1? Because greatness must include political consequences. Caesar's military victories came at an enormous cost. His army's personal loyalty to him rather than Rome precipitated civil war and destroyed the Republican constitution. He created the very instability that ultimately required the imperial system to resolve. Caesar was perhaps history's most brilliant tactical mind, but his legacy is deeply ambivalent. He saved Rome through conquest, while simultaneously destroying the political system that made Rome great.
At number 1, Rome's greatest ever general, Scipio Africanus.
Scipio combined tactical brilliance with strategic vision that literally saved Rome and transformed the Mediterranean world. At Zama in 202 BC, facing Hannibal, the general who had terrorized Rome for over a decade, Scipio didn't simply replicate standard Roman tactics. Knowing Hannibal's army included veteran war elephants and superior infantry, he rearranged his maniples into vertical lanes, creating clear paths for the elephants to charge through harmlessly. More crucially, he integrated his Numidian cavalry allies into a specific tactical plan. He tasked them with driving off Hannibal's Numidian cavalry, then returning to attack the Carthaginian rear at the critical moment. This wasn't coincidence. It was precision tactical instruction that decided the battle. But here's what elevates Scipio above all others. His victory didn't just win a battle, it ended an existential threat to Rome's survival. The Second Punic War had brought Hannibal to Rome's gates.
Scipio's African campaign forced Hannibal to return and face him on terms favourable to Rome. The peace treaty stripped Carthage of its navy, overseas territories, and ability to wage war without Roman permission. Scipio established permanent Roman presence in Spain, securing its rich silver mines. In North Africa, he redrew the political landscape by placing Numidia under Roman influence as a client state. This security architecture prevented any major challenge to Roman dominance in the Western Mediterranean for over 50 years. Unlike Caesar, Scipio's greatness preserved rather than destroyed Roman institutions. He built alliances, maintained Senate support, and achieved his victories through constitutional means. When his political career faltered in peacetime, he stepped aside rather than march on Rome. The material and textual evidence supports this assessment. Polybius and Livy provide detailed accounts that archaeology has corroborated. The Fasti Triumphales commemorate his triumph, while the sustained prominence of the Scipio family reflects his lasting impact on Roman society. Scipio didn't merely defeat Hannibal, he ended a war that had repeatedly threatened Rome's existence, and did so in a way that left Rome strategically ascendant for generations. He transformed Rome from a regional power into the Mediterranean superpower.
The greatest Roman generals understood that while battles could win wars, only sustainable long-term vision could secure lasting peace. Marius revolutionized how Rome fought, Tiberius perfected methodical conquest, and Caesar displayed unmatched tactical brilliance. But for a single commander who best combined battlefield success with enduring strategic achievement, whose victories fundamentally altered Rome's trajectory from regional player to world-dominating empire, Scipio Africanus stands alone.
The true measure of Roman military greatness wasn't about single battle accounts or enemy body counts. It rested on the enduring geopolitical changes that followed their campaigns. By that standard, Scipio didn't just win the day, he secured the centuries.
Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and smash the like. It genuinely helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more deep dives into ancient history. Think this list is wrong? I guarantee some of you are furious that Pompey didn't make the list, or that Caesar isn't number one, or that I ranked Marius above your personal favourite. Drop a comment right now and tell me exactly who you think deserves the top spot and why. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for more potentially interesting Roman history.